as you're trying to connect. Hopefully you are connected. Hello Facebook. Hi everybody on YouTube watching on Catch Up. Nice to be back with you today. Just saying to our friends on Instagram that I have got two of my favourite subjects today. I'm combining beauty with Christmas. Look, beauty crackers, aren't they amazing? So I'm also going to be joined by the fab female founder, Margaret Dabbs, who has got the most incredible line for hand and foot care. She is legendary. You may well have seen her clinics in London and in fact globally. So we're going to have a live chat. So if you've got questions, please pop them in the comments on Facebook. Lainey, hi lovely, is manning Facebook. I'm also going to join you, Lainey, on Instagram as a moderator should you choose to be, and then we will get going with Margaret. So there we go, I'm adding you there. So I have been lucky enough to go into a couple of Margaret's salons actually over the years. Absolutely brilliant for things like podiatry, general foot care, nail care. She is clearly the expert on all of that. Let's see if we can get her in the house. I think we can. And so it's a thrill to be able to talk to her directly about all the different things that can help, particularly at this time of year when it comes to looking after our hands and nails. Hello, Margaret. You are looking very Christmassy and festive. I love your tree.
Oh, thank you. Really festive, isn't it? I love this time of year.
So do I.
Our feet don't love it quite so much, our hands, but I love it.
No, you're absolutely right. Our feet don't love it because we're squeezing ourselves into high heels. I was having to wear some yesterday for a shoot yesterday. Absolutely killed me. And my hands, they are so dry. What are you seeing mostly in the clinics at the moment? What are people coming in with?
Well, first of all, high heels were a shocker after all that time of wearing flats when we weren't having to go to the office. So, but bigger, more importantly, and more crucial than that, is the closed-in shoes that we're wearing, boots, shoes, thick, tight, socks, because, of course, that has a really adverse effect on the quality of the skin and the nails. And, of course, especially if we're doing gym sessions and what have you. So it really is a time of year to look after your feet. And the problem is, when you're doing gym sessions, your feet are getting hot and sweaty. But, of course, once they cool down again, you get the dehydration following the inflammation from having pounded the feet, whether it be at the gym or wearing the high heels. So the only thing for it is daily foot care.
Yeah, it makes such a difference. I see the difference if I use a really good foot cream, particularly around the heels, and anybody with poor circulation, diabetes, you know, in particular, this is a really crucial time of year just to keep that skin moisturized, because otherwise it starts to split, you can get cracked heels, you know, it's not just a beauty thing, it becomes a health concern then, doesn't it?
It does, but what people don't realise is people think that a body lotion will work for the feet. It won't. First of all, the skin of the feet is 12 times thicker than the rest of the body.
Wow.
But secondly, you know, don't forget good dedicated foot products have got antibacterial, antifungal and anti-inflammatory benefits if you're formulating them properly.
Yeah, interesting.
And of course, a body lotion will actually, if you're having hygiene issues with your feet, a body lotion will have an adverse effect on the quality of the skin of the feet. So keep your body lotion to above the ankles and below the neck is what I say.
That's so interesting. So what other goodies do you pop into your foot treatments then, your foot cream?
Well, in our foot cream, we've got emu oil in there. It's got antibacterial, anti-inflammatory and antifungal properties. It's completely organic and natural byproduct of fatty acid that really does work to reduce inflammation. So if you're somebody that has got bunions, for example, or actually get tired, heavy, uncomfortable feet, it works brilliantly. But then also in our pure range of products, we've also got Mariti oil, we've got borage seeds, so we've got all of those ingredients that have got medicinal benefits that are really going to make a difference. Because actually, one foot has got 26 bones. You won't believe, 25 bones in a hand, a foot has got 26. So it's not surprising that you've got your whole body weight. Then we're throwing footwear and, you know, realigning the gait.
Poor old feet.
You know, I know, it's not surprising.
What we put them through, and don't pay any attention. And I once read, I'm not sure who said it, that, you know, you can always tell what's going on in your life by the state of your feet and the expression on your face, because it's really hard, isn't it? If your feet hurt, you can really see it on your face.
Do you know, it's really true, because, and I did say, I said all the beauty products in the world won't help your face if your feet hurt. And it's a bit like painful feet and toothache. It's very, very similar. And interestingly, podiatry care, we straddle those instruments. We use drills, we use spurs. So it's a really interesting thought. And all those nerve endings, bones, joints, skin inflammation. So yeah, it's so important to look after your feet.
Yeah.
You need them. Without your feet, and even if you have a crack in the skin and it opens, it's so painful.
Yeah, it really, really is. And I should say, you've given us a super generous 20% off everything on your website. All the products, they are absolutely genius. They're so long lasting. They're really concentrated. Wonderful, wonderful Christmas gifts.
Yes.
And talking of Christmas gifts, I think these are just amazing. I mean, look, this is the beautiful box of 6. How incredible. Because, you know, normally I do love a cracker. Do love a good cracker, I will confess. Always have crackers. But so often they're just full of plastic tat that really, frankly, goes in the bin, or they're little kind of fidgety, gadgety things that, you know, I mean, it's just like, please, don't need those. But to be able to give the gift of really good skin with such a beautiful cracker, I love these. Did you do these last year?
No, we didn't. I can tell you how they came about.
Yeah, tell us.
You'll tell a good cracker by the number of things that get left on your dining table when you're doing a Christmas meal. How many times do your guests leave?
Yeah.
And you've got
and it's all there, and you're chucking it in the bin. Yeah.
And we talk about sustainability in the world. Now, last Christmas, I found it really difficult to get a cracker that was going to complement my table. And I love a good cracker. It's something that I've loved for a long while.
Same.
And
So festive.
I went into the office on the 3rd of January and said to the team, new product development, I know what I'm doing next year. And so these crackers, not only do they have all of the products in them, all of my key products in them, don't get concentrated formulations, exactly the same formulations that we use in our clinics, in our treatments, but they've also got the cracker bang, they've got the gorgeous crown, and they're going to look divine.
Can I pull it? Can I actually pull it? There was a huge bang, and I've got a crown. And, this, I recognise this. This is one of my favourites. Oh, good, I'm glad I got this. This is your fabulous hand cream.
The hand cream.
I so need this. I so need this.
Every one of these products is great. There's also the foot cream. Don't forget, that's the first product I ever formulated. Still my favourite from the range. That's the one that you use every single day on your feet.
Okay.
You do that walking on air experience. But more than that, this one stops hard skin build-up. So it is brilliant. We've also got the recently launched, here it is here, the cuticle oil from the Pure range.
Nice.
Now, promotes healthy cuticles and restores cuticles. Again, you're going to have that in your handbag, and you're going to love.
And these are all in the crackers, are they?
All in the crackers. We've got. Do you use my crystal file? It is just the best.
I love your crystal file. I have it in my bag. I would not use anything else for my nails. It's genius.
Yeah, and people often ask me, why is it so good? Well, first of all, I created it to the exact specifications. It's not off the shelf. I make it because I like it to be versatile, be able to move easily around the nails. But we make this crystal, we have this made in Czechoslovakia. Now, if you're a glass lover, which I am...
Czechoslovakia is the place for glass, isn't it?
And that's why these are so good. And they last, they're such great value. They're a great present. And for every one of these, what else have we got in here? We've got the foot oil. Now, again, one of my original formulations, we have the foot oil in here. I think your guests are going to love.
We're going to be fighting over the contents of the crackers. I want the contents of all of them. Maybe I can just buy a box for myself and just sort of pull one over the festive season. I sit up in bed and pull my cracker and enjoy my product. And oh look, you've got a beautiful crown too. That is a very well made crown.
Isn't it? It really is.
That is a proper. Oh yeah, no, definitely.
And, you know,
It's my first Christmas crown.
Whenever we make a new product, I always give all of my staff everywhere one, and I gifted them a box of the crackers, and of course most of them are keeping them for Christmas. But one of my podiatrists was so funny, and she told me she'd opened every one. She said and she'd opened them all and then gifted them to people because her family don't live in the UK, they live in Spain. So she literally opened them, decided which one to give to everybody, which was really funny. So I couldn't believe she didn't wait for Christmas
And
Day.
I thought this might be a joke, but it's not. It's actually a real wonderful well-being piece of wisdom, which I'm going to do right now for you live. It says, breathe in courage, breathe out fear. That is such a good mantra.
So
I need to hear that today.
All of the
Breathing in my courage.
They're all my life mottos, and that's what I decided when I made these. I decided to pull together some really insightful, and Christmas is a time for, you think about loved ones, people that are maybe not with you at the moment, and I think having those mottos that get you through, and just, at the end of the day, it's about giving, but it's also about thinking about others, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think this is genius, and I'm delighted to hear that you had rubbish crackers last year, because that's what spurred you on to making these. As so often happens with brand founders, the most genius ideas come out of necessity. Necessity is the mother of invention. You find something that you're missing or that you're lacking or that doesn't work for you, so you just go, do you know what, I'm going to make this myself, I'm going to make it happen. Talk to me about why I love your hand cream so much, because I do genuinely love it. The smell is amazing, but it just sinks in really well, particularly on the backs of my hands, which get so dry, and around the nails too. But it's not sticky, it's not greasy at all.
Really interestingly, you'll often hear me say, I don't mind what nail polish or which brand of nail polish, what you're going to use on your nails to colour your nails, but I do care about the products you're using on your skin of your hands. And when I was seeing patients, and when we're seeing patients, the amount of times patients then talk about their nails, obviously, and the skin of their hands and their aging hands. So I set about formulating products using anti-aging ingredients, so using ingredients that will really going to make a difference. There's hemp seed oil in here, white water lily, kelp, geranium and mandarin is the same, but all of those ingredients that are usually reserved for anti-aging facial products. And the other great thing is the concentrated formulations. As you've said, you hit on earlier, you need a tiny amount.
Tiny bit.
So it's a little bit, I sometimes think about, washing up liquid adverts where, they just keep going and going and going. And I think you'll find that the quality of the formulation, the ingredients, the concentration will mean that you'll have this for ages. You can have it by your computer, in your car, in your handbag. It's really great to have.
And you've got the bigger pump size, haven't you? Because I've had that before in my bathroom, which I love. So I use a pump of that when I'm, getting myself ready. It's the last thing I do when I leave the bathroom. Finish doing my hair, last thing. But then this is great for the handbag to take it out with you.
And then we also do the repairing hand cream, which is a brand new launch. This is part of our Pure range. Now, the repairing hand cream has got a trademarked ingredient in it called pentabitin. And pentabitin gives you lasting moisturization, hydration for the skin. It minimizes moisture loss from the skin for 72 hours.
Wow.
And the scent from this is rose and lemon. And we have this as well we have it in a 200ml size and also the 75ml size. So we're really all about the anti-aging benefits.
So would that be better then, do you think, for older, drier hands?
So this is better for anybody that's got thin, fine skin, anybody that's affected by the cold. And I was speaking, one of my staff members actually, he told me the other day that his girlfriend gets really dry skin and she's using this, and he said she absolutely loves it. So anybody that's adversely affected by the cold, sometimes maybe you've got a pet and you walk out often, or maybe you've just got very dry skin, very thin skin.
I've got a friend who has, is it called Raynaud's? Which is very poor circulation of the hands. This would be amazing for her, because I know that her hands really suffer.
Yeah, because also what happens there is the skin becomes much thinner and finer and is easily affected by the cold, adverse weather, and also if your hands get
Ooh.
exacerbates it further.
When your hands what? Sorry, we just lost you for a second.
Sorry, yeah, when your hands get wet.
When they get
and
wet.
They get cold, it's even worse.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, wear gloves for those snowball fights.
Yes,
but do you know, that's
absolutely,
very
yes, but we
interesting,
can't wear them all
Margaret,
the
because
time.
as you may have seen on my Instagram, my personal one, I am dipping in a cold pond most mornings and also having a cold shower at the end of my shower, like I did this morning because I couldn't be in my pond, so I had a cold shower.
Yes.
So that cold and wet on my hands, my hands aren't going to love the pond, are they?
No, they're not at all. And, you know, you can think, well, I can put some heat on them, a hairdryer or a blower on them, but actually that's also going to have a dehydrating effect on the skin. So I always think, and I say, if you're going to use a hand cream, which you should, make it one that's going to make a difference, because actually the biggest signs of aging, or the biggest reasons for aging on the skin of the hands, is dehydration caused by poor quality hand wash and by not using, you know, it's one thing having a moisturizer for your hands, but if it's just water-based, hasn't got those benefits of the oils and the right ingredients, you're not going to get the same benefits to your skin.
And of course, all those years that we've had of flipping hand sanitizers, the alcohol, I mean, Margaret just raised her eyes heavenwards. That is so stripping for the skin. And also really bad news health-wise. I've done podcasts with the founder of the Sepsis Trust, for example, who's an intensive care doctor, who's seeing a huge rise in antibiotic resistance and all of this. You know, we do need to keep our hands clean, but, you know, we can wash them with soap and water. It's these really dehydrating alcohols that just are causing the problems. So are you seeing drier skin? And I've actually just seen a comment here on Instagram from a guy saying, what would you recommend for diabetics, for a male diabetic on his skin?
So being a foot specialist, it's very important to me that the products that we make are suitable for diabetic care, and all of our products are. It's very, very important. So you'll find that there isn't anything. All the studies are done. We have all the tests. You know all about this with formulating and you know everything from stability testing, all the all the way through. So all of the products are suitable. But for the thing about with diabetes, your extremities are unduly affected. So do use a good quality hand and foot cream, because it will make all the difference. And the amount of patients that have told me that when they go to the hospital for their diabetic checkup with their podiatrist, that the podiatrist, a number of them told me that podiatrists have photographed their feet and put them on the wall. This is how you're feeling.
As good examples.
I use Margaret down to London. We use their products.
But you are the expert, Margaret. That is why you have amazing products that genuinely work. And we'll talk a little bit perhaps about your medical background and how you came to set up your beautiful brand. Just a quick question here on Instagram saying, I'm online now looking at all the foot creams, not sure which foot cream to go with. Any advice? The Nano Gold interests me as I have a bunion. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So bunions, you can often get information around a bunion joint, and so you want something, this is where you must use a dedicated foot cream, so you want something definitely anti-inflammatory around it. It may also affect the way that you're walking, so gait-related issues there, which have a knock-on effect with hard skin, callus build-up, even fissures and cracks in the skin because of the gait-related changes and the weight distribution when you're walking. So it's very important. I would say the intensive hydrating foot lotion is superb. That's your everyday product. But the Pure Gold Elixir for Feet is the luxury part of that, is the luxury side of that. And it's got colloidal gold in it. So it really is a treat. But each of those products will work to hydrate, but also to act as with anti-inflammatory benefits. Also, hygiene issues. If you're listening and you think for yourself or somebody in your family, you've got the worst feet in the world, nothing will work, tried everything, nothing worked, it's the foot hygiene cream you need to go to. Really? That is the one. And if you read the customer reviews in whatever store, whether it's from my online store ourselves or any other beauty store, you will see the reviews are shockingly good. They are magic in a jar, miracle in a pot. I can't believe the difference it's made after one application.
Oh, that's so
that would be my advice world, let's go for the hygiene cream. Then you move across, that's 14-day treatment. You then move across to the foot lotion, intensive hydrating foot lotion. That's your daily product. The foot oil, superb for anyone with really dry skin, lots of cracks, thin skin, great for nails as well. And hand-wise, worst hands in the world use the repairing hand cream. And then we've also got the hydrating hand cream. We've got the cuticle oil and the nail and cuticle serum, especially if you're recovering. Nail and cuticle serum is amazing if you're recovering from injury or illness and your nails have been adversely affected. Ray nails will also have an impact on the quality of your nails, so that will help you there. And a lot of these products are actually in the crackers, so even better.
Even better. I love your crackers. If anybody is late to the party and missed, then Margaret has these really stunning crackers, all environmentally friendly and with amazing gifts in each one that are not going to be left behind on the table. I mean, trust me, I'm very tempted to open them all up for myself.
Yeah, interestingly, the number of people that have reviewed the crackers said that they thought they were small, and when they arrived, they had no idea they were full-size table crackers.
Yeah, no, these are. Look, I've just pulled mine.
They're substantial, they're luxurious, but they're so useful.
I think it's brilliant. Can you give me a little bit of personal advice while I've got you? I'm getting ridges on my nails, obviously, with aging, and I do buff them with little, like, four-sided nail buffer.
Yes.
Should I be using an oil to buff them with, or should I apply the oil afterwards, do you think? Is that a good tip?
Yes. Well, first of all, there's a buffer in the crackers as well.
Oh, I'm going to have to get that one.
Which, again, is the very, very fine crushed crystal, and you've got two sides there as well. So it's fine to buff, but you really should replenish. For anyone, make sure that your cuticles are not restricting your nail growth. So make sure that, and so I would suggest you use the nail and cuticle serum, which will work for nails and your cuticles. And you should find that after a few days of using that, that's going to even out, because it kind of comes, it's feeding the nail bed, but make sure that your cuticles are not too tight and vascular, because that's different tissue, and that could be causing those ridges.
Really?
So just bear that in mind as well. And it could be, you know, there are various reasons. It could be, you know, health related, it could be injury related, but give that a go, because that for me is my number one product that I would suggest.
Okay.
And again, the reviews for anybody that have got issues
take
with
a
nails
look.
and cuticles, that one. Great for discolouring as well, nails that come away from the nail bed, nails that are not looking very healthy, may be affected in injury, illness or medication. And you'll find that makes a difference.
I used to have shellac on my nails. I went through a phase of a couple of years of doing it all the time, and it did actually trash my nails. And I haven't used it. I mean, I stopped, I guess, during lockdown, like actually everybody did. But actually, my nails are so much better for it, and I very rarely use polish actually now as a result.
Really? No, I often don't use polish myself. But the great thing about the nail and cuticle serum, if you feel that you really want to have your nails polished, whether it's with a natural polish or whether it's with a shellac, probably don't go harder than shellac. Try and avoid the gels, but shellac is good. But you can also use it under the free edge of the nail, so you'll benefit.
Around the edges.
Yeah, and under the free edge, and then it manages to the serum. Because of course we do also know that a serum is the most concentrated way to get ingredients in to the skin as well. So you'll find it benefits. So as long as you can use it and arrange it around the free edge, it will benefit you. And also use, if you're going to have this, use a clinic or a salon that's going to remove the shellac in the lightest way possible. Is that you don't want somebody getting hold of metal edges and scraping.
I know,
it off
that
your
was
nail.
the thing. I used to have my nails scraped, and it was just like, oh, please, I could almost hear my nails screaming. It was awful.
Yeah, and don't pick it off.
And don't pick it off. Brella, are you watching your mother? Do not pick your varnish off. Honestly, she is an absolute demon for that. I mean, I'm going to have to buy her a...
You just have to think, I'm really good at that. If I don't touch, it's a bit like when I've got a bite, I scratch it once and then I got this mind and I don't touch it.
Don't worry, very disciplined.
Because you'll take the top layers of the nails off as you're doing it. So it's really not worth it.
Really bad. Okay, Brella, are you listening? Really bad. You've heard it from the absolute nail guru. Lastly, a little question for you on nails. Should you ever cut cuticles, or do you file them, or what?
Interestingly, we use nail and cuticle serum to soften the cuticles and push the cuticles back.
Right.
We avoid and you know, I've created protocols that we use even for our manicures, and we avoid cutting. I mean, if you've got ragged ends and you want to just tidy it up,
just
fine.
nip them off.
You'll see that when you have a manicure with us, the cuticle oil is applied to the cuticles and left to work, and we use that to push the cuticles back. The more you cut, the more that they're going to grow. And it's about getting healthy. The fairer your skin, the finer your cuticles, and of course you're at risk then of the cuticles breaking, but of course the deeper your skin, the more fibrous the cuticles are, so you're likely to get thicker cuticles. So that's exactly the same. You know about skin, it's exactly the same as skin. We all know that fair skin is finer, thinner skin. Fair skin is a nicer way of putting it, but we all know that when we're finer skinned, you know, often your skin's going to age more quickly.
Yeah. Last question for you, Margaret. It's just come in here on Instagram. Hi, my daughter has had bad eczema on her hands. They're worst in the cold. Please, can you suggest which hand cream to help?
Yeah. Use the repairing hand cream and read the reviews for it as well, because we've had some great reviews from people. Obviously, we can't guarantee that it's going to work for every skin condition, but the results coming through, the reviews we've got coming through are that's really making a really big difference.
Lovely. Margaret, it's so nice to have the pleasure of your company here. Thank you so much. You're making me feel super festive, not only with your crackers, but the lovely Christmas tree that's behind you there. I hope you have a really fabulous one with your family and your friends.
Oh, thank you, Lydia. Likewise, it's been a joy and a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you.
So nice. Thank you. Sending big hearts. Bye-bye. You have to press the little white cross to leave me, otherwise I might cut everybody off. Just to recap, we do have a very generous 20% off, Liz Loves, with everything on Margaret Dabbs's website, except the treatments and the gift vouchers, but all the products. These, I mean, look, 6 luxury handmade crackers. How gorgeous are they? And these are all the things that are inside. I have to say, I'm going to have to be very, very strong-willed not to open these all up and keep the goodies myself, because we have in here the Nourishing Nail and Cuticle Serum Pen. That was the one that Margaret was talking about. Intensive Hydrating Hand Cream, Pure Cuticle Oil, Hydrating Hand Sanitizer, Intensive Hydrating Foot Lotion, Intensive Treatment Foot Oil, Small Crystal Nail File, and Small Nail Buffer. I mean, genius, absolutely genius. Thank you, Margaret, and your team. Absolutely love it. Hope to get back into your salon at some point, maybe not before Christmas, but let's see. But who needs it when you've got all these lovely things that you can use at home? Right, just before I go, recap. Wasn't it fun chatting with Rupert and Delilah? Also given us 20% off, and this is something that I've been using, which I love. You may have seen me doing a photo shoot in my studios yesterday. Well, getting that kind of luster on the skin. Oh, this brush is so soft. This is one of their brushes. This is called Luster, and you just put a little bit on, and it just gives your skin, can you see that? Can you see the gleam that comes? Or instantly, it's just genius. It's another genius thing for the party season. Quick, simple, effective. Love it. All of that favourite stuff. So that is on Delilah, 20% off. So great. Lots of lovely stocking fillers, lots of fab things too. And the other thing that I really am loving, and this is another really great female founder brand, I've talked about it before, called Manta. This is if you've got really fine, fragile, thinning hair. And it was actually developed by a lady who was suffering from breast cancer and in recovery. She lost her hair. As her hair started to regrow, she needed something super gentle to care for it, basically. So this is really good for anybody who's in recovery from chemo, or maybe just has very fine thinning hair, wants to protect the hair really gently. And not only is there this amazing little brush here that comes in a travel pouch, which you get 20% off. I'm just going to reach down here because there is also, I just need to unplug it because I've had this charging. This is a little rechargeable one because, can you hear that? It vibrates. So it gives you, oh, it feels so nice. It gives you a scalp massage as you very gently comb and detangle your hair. Isn't that amazing? I love that. I think it's just so clever. What a lovely, unusual, interesting present for somebody who'd like a little bit of a scalp massage as well as care for their hair. And there is 20% off with Liz Loves. And it says this is specially designed to protect thinning hair, and the vibration mode can actually activate hair growth. Isn't that fun? It's Manta, M-A-N-T-A, Manta. I'll make sure that we put all the details in the caption, which I'll post in just a moment when I finish. And obviously we can do the link. Thank you, Lainey's already done the link over on Facebook. And finally, before I go, very, very quickly, we've just launched a very special Christmas offer of our own on Earle Wellbeing. So my books, I have found, been having a bit of a clear out in my studios. I have found the last few boxes, genuinely the last few boxes of the Earle Wellbeing Yearbook number 2. So this is literally all there is, and I'm signing every one. Once they're gone, they are gone. We're not repeating them. We're not going to reprint. That's it. So it's a beautiful, beautiful book. It's divided into seasons with food, crafts, garden, beauty, all sorts, spring, summer, autumn, winter. There's a lovely section on Christmas, actually. So much to love. And even better, for all the books on our website, including, this is one of my classics, the Good Gut Guide, there's Good Menopause Guide, there's Skin, there's all my big hardback books are on there. There's 15% off. They're all signed. There's free P&P in the UK, and also a free little Earle Wellbeing notebook that goes in there with it as well. So snap them up because they are genuinely limited while stocks last. I'm being busy signing the copies as they go out, but particularly with the yearbook too. Once they've gone, sadly they've gone. We won't be able to get any more in. But that's on Skin, Good Menopause Guide, Good Gut Guide, and Earle Wellbeing Yearbook 2. That is it for today, but I'm back tomorrow. Yeah, it's great. Got 3 this week. And we're going to be talking skincare and pro-aging. I'm not going to talk anti-aging, because aging is a gift to be celebrated. But let's make it happen in the best possible way. So pro-aging with a really interesting beauty brand called Arc Skincare, and yes, of course, we will have a good Liz Loves discount with them as well. So I hope you'll join the conversation with me live tomorrow, 12 noon, Facebook and Instagram live, and later catch up on YouTube. Until then, have a great day. See you then. Bye-bye.